Conversations with Nicole. Let's talk about it. Tell me all about it. I'm here. I wanna know what's on your mind. Ooh, the world needs to hear from you, and I'm so glad to have a conversation to reach the nation. And it's all about you. We'll help each other to discover innovative ways to positively change the world. Let's talk about, let's talk about, yeah. Let's talk about conversations with Nicole.
Greetings. Welcome to Conversations with Nicole. I am Nicole Everett, your host, and Conversations with Nicole is a talk show based in Tallahassee, Florida, focused on connecting the community through conversations. And today is what I call Mindset Monday, which is an opportunity for you, me, and my guests to talk about something interesting and intriguing. And tonight we're talking about nerve. Yes, nerve, the confidence to embrace your journey with boldness. And the inspiration behind this topic is none other than Mrs. Paula DeBoles-Johnson, the author of The Real Nerve and Other Ish It Takes to Run for Office. So we will be talking some about running for public office, but just also, again, the confidence to embrace your journey with boldness. But before I bring Paula on, my sister friend, I want to hear from you. Where are you tuning in from? We are live on Facebook and on YouTube and on my personal LinkedIn page. Your comments and questions are very much so welcome. So please, if you will, in the comments, put your city and state so we can give you a shout out. This is a safe space for us to engage with one another, and we welcome again your comments and your questions. So my mama is already in here. Yes, in Miami. Thank you, Ma. Love you. Appreciate you so much. All right, Miss J. Ola. Thank you for being here, Miss J. So listen, y'all need to share, like, share, tag a friend, let them know they need to be on here. All right, Miss J is in Tallahassee, Florida. Appreciate that. So tag a friend, let them know they need to be on here. If you ever thought about running for public office, this is the book you need to get. I'm on chapter 2, but I have cheated a little bit and snuck in the back of the book because she gives these real good gems on the 10 steps to prepare to run for office. So anybody that has any aspirations for running for office, you need to get this book. Anyway, all right. I see some more folks tuning in. Stacy from Tampa, thank you for being here. Valerie in Tallahassee. Monique, thank you for being here, Monique. Monique actually is going to be on my radio show this coming Sunday. So appreciate you. Panda 0918. I wonder who that is. From the highest of Seven Hills. Thank you for being here. Miss Linda, thank you for joining us. And she said, I'm excited about tonight's guest. I am too. All right. So I am going to go ahead and share some of Miss Paula's bio. Paula DeBoles-Johnson is a dedicated public servant and community leader with over 3 decades of experience in Florida's capital. She earned both her bachelor's and master's degree from the Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University. Go Rattlers. In her professional career, she focuses on enhancing workforce development and organizational performance, while her passion for serving others is demonstrated through her nonprofit work. Throughout her career, Paula has been committed to addressing key issues such as academic access and success, economic development, and crime prevention, believing that strategic partnerships, education, and economic initiatives can simultaneously tackle multiple community challenges. She is deeply involved in several nonprofit organizations in Tallahassee, including the CCYDC, which she founded more than 20 years ago. Her extensive community service and leadership efforts have been recognized nationally. And in 2022, she ran for political office, which is inspiration for the latest release, of her book Nerve, which is an essential guide for aspiring politicians and others seeking to advance their social activism, offering invaluable insights into the intricacies of political campaigns and public service. Y'all help me welcome Miss Paula DeBoles-Johnson.
Hello, my sister.
Welcome, welcome. How you doing?
I'm tired but good. I am tired but good.
I got you. How was Mother's Day?
It was amazing. I got a lot of love from my family
Love
and
it.
some of the other people that we love that are not our family, but we've made our family. I got a lot of rest and I ate well. So it was amazing. How
Love
was yours?
it. It was the same. I
Good.
didn't I didn't eat so great, but it's okay. But I did take a nap, a 2-hour nap yesterday, which was
Ooh.
delightful.
Ooh.
I
I
didn't even
love it.
know what day it was when I woke up. Listen,
Good sleep right there. That's
yeah,
sleep.
yeah, it was much needed, but I'm grateful. But I got a lot of Mother's Day wishes. I sent several Mother's Day's wishes, so it was a good day. It was
That's
a good
great.
day.
That's great.
All right. So my question to you is, who is Paula DeBose Johnson? I know I read your bio, but who
Mm.
are you in your own words, Miss Ma'am?
You know what? I am a wife. I am a mother. I'm a friend. I'm an advocate. I am an author. I'd like to believe that I'm a pretty great person. My greatest achievement is my family. I think everybody that knows me knows that the Johnsons ride together. So my greatest achievements, I would say, are my daughters. And David, I will give you credit, our daughters. Yeah, he was helpful in all of that. But I am grateful for my amazing family, and I think that's what I lean more so towards because that is why I do everything I do. I want my family to be proud, but I also want to make an impact in my community so that our family leaves a legacy. And I think that's what everyone wants. They want to be good citizens that
Yes.
leave something behind for this world, something good.
Yes, love it, love it, love it. All right, wonderful. We have several folks that have chimed in. My sister Shayla, whose birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Shay. She's
Happy
down in Miami
birthday.
as well. Mr. Johnson is on. Thank you for being here, Mr. Johnson.
Hey, Sugar Boo.
All right, Sugar Boo. All right. Shay Shawty. Okay. Thank you for being here. And we got a lot of hand claps. All right, very good. So tonight we are talking about nerve, the confidence to embrace your journey with boldness. And while yes, nerve is the title of this wonderful book, I would love for you to share just a little bit about your book journey for us, Paula.
Well, I will tell you, I think everyone knows that I expected to win the election. Whether I won or lost, I really wanted to scribe my journey. I wanted to talk about the lessons that I learned and how it impacted my friends, my family, and
Yeah.
of course, the impact personally. So I will tell you, it wasn't what I expected.
Mm,
I summarily lost the race, but I learned a lot of things
mm,
during that year. And we wrote it down, right? And I will tell you, and a few people know this, the first version of this book didn't quite make it. I wrote it, I finished it in Jamaica.
mhm.
Um, we celebrated our anniversary there
Okay.
and had the whole thing finished, sent it off to my publisher, and it was corrupted. Corrupt, couldn't get anything from it with the exception of a couple of chapters. And
Wow.
she wasn't impressed by it anyway. She said nobody wanted to
Mhm.
see that out in the world anyway. It hurt all of my
I
feelings,
know
right?
that's right.
Hurt all of my feelings because I poured my heart out. But you
Yes.
know what? I don't think that God wanted that version out. So
Okay.
I had to try to remember everything that I put in that first version. I could not. There's several
Mm,
hundred pages list missing
mm,
from this second reiteration of this book. But I think this is a better version. I'll say that.
mhm.
She said that it was a better version. And I think that that first version it had my raw emotions in it, and it probably had some information in there that probably did need to go out in the world.
Gotcha.
So we put it out. My editor and my publisher, shout out to Abraham's Inc., my sister Odette, who
Okay.
really was on this journey with me for more than a year. And while we hashed it out, we had some fights about it. There were some things I wanted to put in, and she was like, "No one needs to know that. No one that doesn't need to be in there." So I think listening to cooler heads that prevailed, and
Okay.
because she's an expert in this field, I think that she helped me to pull together what
Nice.
was supposed to be presented to the world, and that was Nerve. And I'm really proud of it. It's not my first book, but it's my first standalone book.
Okay, nice, 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 nice. Well, I am still reading it. But so you signed my book,
I
uh,
did.
and the way you signed my book, the words that you used to sign my book was the inspiration behind this topic. Because you mentioned you hope that Nerve continues to give me the confidence to embrace my journey with boldness. So I thought that was very intriguing, when we think about embracing our journey with boldness, the confidence to embrace our journey with boldness. And so it takes, I'm sure, I would imagine it takes a lot of confidence to run for public office. And I know you checked in with a number of folks to be like, hey, am I crazy? Should I, should I be doing this? Because, I want to make a difference in the world, but you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot, Nicole. But let me tell you this: if there's something that God has put on your heart,
Hmm.
it's what do they say? Obedience is better than sacrifice.
Yeah.
So I asked the question, can I do it? He absolutely gave me an affirmative. I prepared myself. I
Okay.
went to people that are way smarter than me, people that have won races, people that have lost races,
Hmm.
people that have just managed the people that have been in the race. And I
Hmm.
asked a lot of questions, and I prepared for years. Went
Hmm.
to different workshops, sat in sessions with people, had one-on-ones, traveled to talk with people, just did a lot of research.
Yeah.
But I really felt like my journey in Tallahassee since 1989 really had really laid the groundwork for who I was as a person
Hmm.
and what my leadership would be like had I won that office. I
Hmm.
figured all of my community efforts would be the thing that would kind of put me in that seat.
Hmm.
I tell you, I learned a lot of things along the way, and people told me to prepare for a lot of the things that are listed in the book. And I did, but there were a lot of things that you couldn't have been prepared for.
Yeah.
So I did talk to a lot of people, I'll say that. And a lot of people said, Paula, your personality and your heart, because they know me, you either love Paula or you hate Paula. There's very little in between. And
Hmm.
it's okay
Hmm.
either way with me. People know that about me. But I'm passionate about my purpose, and that
Hmm.
is to help others. I think that that is the reason we are here. You can't make it by yourself. You should be
Right.
helpful to one another, right? Because
Hmm.
that's the only way we're going to make it. And people did say, a lot of people said, I don't think you want to do this, Paula, because people are kind of mean. And you don't
Mm.
like mean people. I said, I don't like bullies, but I know how to handle them, right?
Mhm.
I'm
Mhm.
not afraid of that.
Right.
But a lot more people said, you were built for this. You can do this. I can see you as our next county commissioner.
Yeah.
So it was those words that I took, and I let that give me air. I let that give me wings, and I let that propel my purpose. But again, I told you, my family, they were right there 100%. And they were like, you can do this. And I
Mm.
can see you as that leader. And
Nice.
I really felt that I can make a difference. And I speak in the book about knowing your purpose,
Mhm.
knowing your why.
Yeah.
And I knew my why, and it was to help make this community better. So
Mm.
it was easy for me to make that decision, but I wanted to make the decision when our girls were old enough, they were adults that could handle some of the stuff that happens in politics,
Right.
because we see what's happening on the national stage and locally.
Yeah.
Children and families are off limits, but that
Mhm.
whole being kind and compassionate and empathetic, all of those things were out the window. So
Yeah.
I knew that I couldn't subject my family to it. So
Mm-hmm.
I waited until the right moment and went further. So I did it. I learned a lot of tough lessons, but I
Mm-hmm.
think it was something that I needed to learn for the next chapter in my life.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you think that this running for office at the time that you did was definitely part of your journey?
absolutely. There were
Mm-hmm.
some things that I needed to learn. And while I absolutely, as I said, thought I would win, I
Mm-hmm.
think the greater lesson was there were some people that I was trying to take with me, some things that I was trying to take with me, and everybody can't go on the journey that you're stepping up for or getting ready for. And people
Okay.
that know me know I'm a consensus builder. I want to take people with me. I want everybody to be in the circle, and everybody can't. Everybody can't go where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was the greatest lesson for me, and it was a hard lesson to learn, but
Yeah.
I learned it. Trust me, I got the message. I
Got
did.
the message. Okay. All right.
Message.
Alfreda Mitchell has joined us. She said it is happening now. Alfreda, expound upon that a little bit more if you don't mind. She's here in Tallahassee. Tell us a little bit more what you mean by that. It is happening now. I am curious too around, as you learn these lessons along this journey, did your boldness wane any?
It did not, and
Okay.
you can't do this without having a fair amount of boldness, nerve,
Mm-hmm.
strength, a tough countenance, a
Mm-hmm.
spine of steel. Because I'll tell you, people said some things to me, and it took all of the Jesus in me to keep my mouth. And Nicole, you know me. You
I
you
do.
you
Do
know the heart of me. We've known each other for years.
we
But
have?
some of the things that people said to me, and they were trying to get a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to get a reaction. And
Mm.
I wanted to give it to them.
I know you did.
Really did.
I know you wanted to give it to
But
him,
I
man.
had to rein that thing in, and sometimes it was so hard. And the thing that hurt me most was the reaction that we got from people that look like us.
Mm.
I wasn't prepared for that.
Yeah.
And there were two very, very smart people that I promised never to share their name, and I won't. And they told me, they both said it exactly the same. All skin folks ain't kin folks. And I was like, stop it with all that mess. Stop it with all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
they were not wrong. They
Mm.
were not wrong.
Wow.
So while you can lean into your baser nature and
Mm-hmm.
give people what they're really trying to get out of you, I
Mm-hmm.
know what that narrative would have been.
Yeah.
There's always that whole that the angry black woman, that they were waiting for that. And
Mm-hmm.
there were some things that ticked me off.
Yeah.
And there were some things that people said to me that they knew they shouldn't have,
Mm.
but they knew that I knew that they were trying to get a reaction out of me, and I had to rein it in. But the thing that was so baffling to me was after all of this was over,
Mm-hmm.
they came back like, we were friends, we were cool. And I'm like, you're a sociopath. Something is clearly wrong with you. And so, yeah, I mean, it's like I can't rock with you anymore. And it really took the veil
Yeah.
off of my eyes, because I know everyone's not like us, right? I
Mm-hmm.
know everybody isn't about building community. I know that.
Right.
I'm not 12, but I just really try to believe that people want to do the right thing, that genuinely people want the best for one another. That is not the case. It's not. And that was hard for me. And the other part of this, trying to keep some of this to myself,
Mm-hmm.
because I am married to Captain David L. Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
That black man loves his wife, right? And there were some things that I could not tell him,
Mm-hmm.
because then I would have had to tell him who said it. And then we didn't
Mm-hmm.
want that smoke.
Yeah.
My father, my sisters, the people that love me. It's like, I can't tell them all of the truth,
Right.
because what do they do with that information then?
Mm-hmm.
So it was parts of that journey that were things that brought me moments of immense joy, but
Mm-hmm.
it was a lot of pain that year too. And I'm
Yeah.
still getting past it. I know you can kind of tell I'm getting past it, but I learned some things, and I can say I'm not as open because I can't be now. I've seen who some
Mhm.
people are, and I
Mhm.
can't unsee it.
Yeah, I feel that.
Hmm.
So we got a few more folks that have joined us. I want to acknowledge them and Sharice Du Bois, who is in Fort Lauderdale today. Okay, very good. Thank you for joining us. And Miss Priscilla John Louis.
Hey, sis.
Yes, my favorite girl caregivers corner podcast. She's here in Tallahassee. Thank you for being here, Priscilla. So you mentioned seeing, I guess, the real of some folks. Um, do you feel like some people feel like this is a game?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to start with the national level. I'm not going to go deep, Nicole, and I'm
Okay.
not going to say the wrong thing. I promise.
Hey,
Um, but this is your podcast, girl.
it's smart and
Don't
empowered. Do what you want to
worry.
do.
The reality of it is, we know that some people don't want the best for us. That some people are being very intentional in their total destruction of us. I don't know why. I'm like, what do we do to you?
Right.
Right? But what I know is this: we are resilient people. We are a powerful people.
Mhm.
There are some of us, I may have lost that race, but that has fueled my passion to do more in my community. I'm just going to do it in a different way. And
Mhm.
when you put barriers in place for people, when you are going after people and their families and their ability to make money and their ability to own homes and
Mm.
their ability to even protect the things that they've worked so hard for, at a point people get tired of that
Yeah.
and they fight back. And I'm really looking at the people that are ready to rise up, right?
Mhm.
Because it's beyond time for that.
Mhm.
And if we don't step up now, this whole notion of going back to the way things were, we can never do that,
Mhm.
because apparently there was something out there hiding that was waiting for this moment. We just didn't see it coming.
Mhm.
But now that people are actively out there doing these things and we can see it, there has to be a response to it. And
Yeah.
I'm hoping that with all of this, we organize, we pay attention, we start doing things that make us better.
Mhm.
We have to do better about loving one another. And
Yeah.
I speak proudly about my people, right? I
Mhm.
love people. I'm a
Mhm.
Christian. I love God, right?
Right.
He said God is love. God in all this stuff that's happening out there, right? But we can't close our eyes to it.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping right now, with all of this that's going on, that we are paying attention and that we come up with a plan, we follow the plan, and we support one another. And
Mhm.
I think that this is the moment where some of these younger people that we know are out there that want to do good, this is the time that we start surrounding them, educating them, protecting them, so
Mhm.
that we can prepare them for what comes next. Because, we're the old guard, right? We're
Mhm.
older. We've been there, we've been in the trenches, but it's time for us to rise up the next group of leaders.
Yeah.
They should have been here. We should have been carrying them the whole time.
Yeah.
But it's time for us to embrace them. We got to protect them. We got to support them, because we need them to fight alongside of us. We need to be fighting with each other. We don't need to be fighting with each other. We need to fight alongside. I'll
Right.
say that, each
Alongside.
other.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
I
Instead of
knew what you
fighting with each other.
Yes.
And that's where I hope we're going.
Mhm.
I think people are just a little bit shell shocked right now, and we're waiting for something to change. We're waiting for a leader to rise up. It's us. We're the leaders. We gotta rise up. No one's coming for us, people. And that's what I'm hoping people understand.
Yeah, I hope so too. We got a few more folks that have joined us. Donda, who's here in Tallahassee, thank you for being here. She says, "Speak truth to power." All right,
That's
and
my sister.
Zanani,
Hey,
amazing.
baby.
Uh-huh.
My other baby was in there too. I saw her.
Uh-huh. I think she was the panda.
That's my panda baby. Hey,
Uh-huh.
sugar.
So you mentioned raising up these leaders young, and when you and I initially talked about having this conversation, you talked about raising them up as early as middle school.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some things, and I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way, but I'm gonna tell the truth, right?
I do.
I'm gonna do- One of the things that you have to do, you have to have the ability to make money. You have to have the ability to raise money. You have to have good credit to do a lot of things in this world, right? We can't continue to be putting phone bills, cell phone bills, and all these other things in our babies' names and
Mm-hmm.
ruin their credit before they're in high school and college. That puts them at a disadvantage,
Yeah.
right? If you have bad credit by the time you're 20, if we're not teaching our young people about fiscal responsibility, if we're not
Mm-hmm.
pooling our resources and putting money into the people and places that support us.
Mm-hmm.
Our family does a scholarship. We're not rich by any means,
Yeah.
but my husband has always been the one that taught our children about finances. I didn't know anything about money with the exception of how to spend it, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So early on in our marriage, my husband's like, okay, we got to put a stop to some things, right? Because we want a house. We want to be able to feed our kids. And
Right.
then once you're one of the ones that have made it in your family, the expectation is that you're going to help the other people in your family come up too.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a lot of responsibilities, a lot of people in which we support.
Yeah.
But one of the things that we said, and we've always been focused on, is education. The very thing that people are trying to take away from us right now. The
Mm-hmm.
very thing that they don't want you to have. Because you can control an illiterate populace. It's easy to control them. You say one thing, they just repeat it. They don't think for themselves. But our family established a scholarship. We don't give out tens of thousands of dollars. But when we told people what we wanted to do and why we wanted to do it, people started pouring in money. They started giving us money. All we do with that money, no one gets paid. We give all of that money back to students every year. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what we're going to have to do if we're talking about building our people up, if we're talking about moving to the next level. We're going to have to do it. We're
Yeah.
going to have to start teaching the young people when they're young how to handle money, right?
Mm-hmm.
As
Mm-hmm.
a family, you pool your resources. You don't wear your wealth. Why are you always wearing somebody else's brand name? Now,
Mm.
if it's a brother from the community that has a T-shirt line, okay, support that brother. But
Right.
how much is Louis and Jordan and all these people giving back to us? Can we see it? Do we see it in our own communities?
Yeah.
So we wear everything, every dime we get, we put it on our bodies or in our mouths. And we got to do something different than that, people. It's not working for us.
Mm.
So we start teaching these principles young. We start telling them about the importance of education.
Mm-hmm.
We raise up the next generation that are able to raise funds because they got good credit. They understand how money works. They've kept their nose clean. They have no criminal charges because we know some people can have all the criminal charges in the world and be president, while our people have one misdemeanor as a minor, can't afford to get their record expunged,
Come
and they
on.
run for nothing. They can't get a job. So we know they ain't like us, right? They can
Mm-hmm.
do things we can't do. We've always known that.
Right.
See, we believe we free,
Mm.
and we're not. They're showing us the limitations we have. So we need to start teaching the babies young, but we need to also support them and don't do things that would hinder them from being great or running for office or running for judge, running for whatever it is they want to do or
Right.
establishing their own businesses. We've
Mm-hmm.
got to start teaching them early. We try to start teaching them things in 11th and 12th grade, and they've gotten in trouble already, or their
Right.
credit is wrecked, or
Mm-hmm.
it's just so many barriers. And one thing my daughters always say to when David and I start, as they say, our lectures,
Yeah.
right? We know what's coming. We've been there. We've seen it. We've seen it destroy a young person every day, right? So we give them this information so that they're aware of
Mm-hmm.
what they need to be doing. And we need young people to listen.
Mm.
When we sit down and talk to, it's not just the talk. We're trying to let you know what's coming because we don't want you to fall in the same traps we fell into
Yeah.
because we need you, right? So we got to support them. We got to educate them. But at the same time, once they get there, we've got to hold them up. We've got to encourage them. We've got to be the ones to support them. We can't let everybody else promise something that they may not give.
Mm,
Girl, don't get me started. I got another book in me.
I see. I see. I see. Folks are chiming in. So my brother Terrell, he jumped on a little late, but he said he didn't
Hey,
want he
Terrell,
didn't want to miss this. Valerie Teach, my sister.
my sister.
The Gwen Singleton. Hello, Paula.
Hey,
Congratulations.
Doc.
Sharon.
Hey,
Uh,
Sharon.
Paula, great interview. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Stacy Edens, we have always known it's time to pass the baton. Elections, financial literacy codes for entrepreneurial success. Absolutely. Thank you for being here, Stacy. She say, I hear the books. Yes, we all hear them. Sonia Walters, Lux is in the house. Hey,
Oh,
y'all. All right, come on, sis. Yes. All right, Alfreda, request granted. All right, and Valencia.
yeah. Alexia,
Oh,
my
Valencia,
sister.
thank you for being here. All right, so
Appreciate that love. Y'all make me feel like I'm somebody impotent.
you is important and kind and smart. Listen, so we are a little more than halfway through our talk. For those of you who are just tuning in, I am on with Paula DeBoles-Johnson. We are talking about Nerve, the confidence to embrace your journey with boldness. If you don't have her book, you need to go get it. Nerve and other ish it takes to run for public office. You can go to pauladebowesjohnson.com to get your copy. And we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But we have just been talking about, again, this title, The Confidence to Embrace Your Journey with Boldness. And right before this little break I just did, the importance of getting young people involved at an early age before, credit gets jacked up, they in trouble with, the law and all the other things, right? So what's your thoughts on like how we do this? I mean, I feel like you and your nonprofit is attempting to do that, but what can the rest of us do?
So it's about exposure, right? And if I could just take one quick moment of personal privilege here, Nicole, I
Mhm.
want to thank you. You put out a lot of information and it's free. It's out there where people can access it. And I think sometimes we have so much information coming at us
You do.
that we're just the information overload.
Yeah.
But you
And
give
let me just
information.
let me just pause
Mhm.
because y'all know y'all gonna get these shows. I'm gonna text y'all, I'm gonna message y'all gonna get these shows. The Lord ain't gonna be saying you ain't getting them shows because y'all gonna get them. Now, whether y'all watch them or not, that's on y'all. But I gave them to you. Okay. All right. There you go.
I appreciate that, my sister. So thank you for putting information out there that we can use. It's useful information. I don't want to see not one more boots on the ground video. Can I get y'all to watch 3 financial literacy videos? Watch 5 minutes of it. Just 5. Just scroll past the introduction. Just listen to just a little bit of the middle because that is what's killing us. And I know we want to have a good time, but at a point, guys, we got to be serious about what's happening to us, right? And okay, so I'm gonna take a step back.
Okay.
Our children have a lot going on right now, right? Everybody is in this state of we don't know what's going on. Help us. We don't know what to do next. Sometimes it's just stop, take a breath, take a beat, just chill, get your mind right. Read a book. Right now, they're trying to keep you all. And what do they say? If you want to keep information from us, put it in a book.
All right.
Every banned book that they say you can't have is probably a book that you should likely read,
Mm.
right? And arm yourself with the videos out there instead of spending all your time on TikTok. Some of the stuff is good, right? You don't need to be spending 5 or 6 hours on TikTok. I mean, are you listening to financial literacy courses? Are you listening to something about history, or how to get into school, how do you get improve your test grades? You need to be doing something every day to educate yourself. And that's not for children. That's for
Mhm.
children, mid-level managers, senior citizens, something that's going to help build those synapses in your brain.
Mhm.
Learning something new, right? Getting with people that are smarter than you.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time in a lot of places, not as much as I used to, because now I spend my time with people that supported me. I don't spread myself everywhere
Mhm.
anymore. That
Mhm.
was one of those lessons that I learned, right?
Yeah.
I spend my time with people that can teach me things, people
Mhm.
that can take me to the next level. I know my husband says all the time that I don't listen to him. He's one of the smartest men that I know. He
Mhm.
understands finances, and one of his biggest issues is his people don't want to listen to him. And I
Mhm.
don't know why that is. It seems to me that you would want to listen to somebody that makes money, that understands money, that looks like you,
Right.
right?
Right.
Sometimes we are the hardest nut to crack. And I know all the historical stuff, right? But he's been in banking, he's been in the military, he's done this for years. He has great name recognition. And I
Mhm.
say to him, baby, don't get frustrated, because me and your daughters, we listening. We good, right? And the people in our circle, the first thing they do, hey, Paula, where's Dave? I need to ask him a money question. And
Mhm.
see, the pull on your resources.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm not saying that other people are bad. I'm not saying that. And Nicole, you have it. You have every kind of friend of every race, nationality, age. The smart people do, right?
Mhm.
But you need to also make sure that you're looking in your own backyard at people
Yeah.
that look like you. Our people are not where they need to be. They're not. We are behind. The
True.
only way to come up is if we come up with one another. And you got to reach back and help somebody else. And we start with our young people. But
Yeah.
you got to be coachable, young people. You got to be coachable. You got to listen. You got to
Mhm.
listen. And so we
Very good
spend a lot
point.
of time with young people. One of them is the scholarship, but we do a lot of we just did training. Both Zamoria and I with DCF, the foster care program. I
Mhm.
do that every year. That's one of the free things that I do. Two free things a year.
Okay.
Yeah, because I need my coins too. We got bills, right? And
Right.
support one another. What is this where we'll pay everybody else, but we won't pay each other? That's a whole nother conversation. I'm getting off topic.
It is.
Pay people for their expertise, especially your people, because they're struggling as it is. And if
Mhm.
we don't support one another, who will? If people shutter their doors in other places, how do we get the things we need?
Mm.
Right? We have to get it from one another. So support your people.
Woo. Yes, ma'am. All right. So we got Gabrielle. I'm proud of you,
Yeah.
Paula. She said, watching on LinkedIn. Wonderful. Thank you for being here. All right. Shantina, I think, is on with us. She said, speak truth. Expertise is valuable. Pay for it. Absolutely. All right. Mom said, this is what I have wanted to instill in younger people to teach their children. It is oh so important. Yes, it is, Mom.
Your mother is right.
She is. She is. All right. We got Miss Potter on down in Miami. Thank you for joining us, Miss Potter. Good girl. I'm enjoying this, she said.
Thank you.
Miss Potter is one of my senior friends. I love her.
Yes.
All right, Stacy, your husband is such a gentleman. We sat at Sherwood's table at the scholarship event. Pay David, pay Paula. We have to get it from one another. Pay Nicole. Listen, cha-ching. Yes, I'm here for it. I am here for it. Listen, y'all better get these shows while they free.
You better.
All right, Valerie, absolutely. We must reach back and support one another. Absolutely, absolutely. So, okay, so you said instill our knowledge and expertise in the young people.
Hmm.
Young people have to be teachable, right?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anything else any other advice that you would give as it relates to it? Because I know you got another book. I
Got
feel
a
it.
lot. I got a lot in me, Nicole. That's
You
just
got a whole blueprint. I
but
know.
I have to keep this job to keep my benefits, my sister.
I get you. I get you. I get you. So just give us a little snippet of what else we can do with the young people to prepare them for this road of leadership.
So I'm going to reverse it a little bit because
Okay.
in conversations with the young people, they always say we don't understand them.
Okay.
And every generation says that about the next generation,
They
right?
do.
But this is what I know. Their brains are wired differently. They're the tech. They're the next tech generation, right?
Right.
All of the things that we can't do, they process faster, they're more agile, they understand the technology, and they can help us to be better, right? But that means that we have to have patience, right? We have to seek to understand. We have to stop and listen to them too. And there's some other things happening, right? We mentioned it a little bit earlier. People are afraid. People don't know what's next. And it's easier to lash out than to just try to extend your hand.
Yeah.
Because people don't know who to trust, right? And so that's one of the things that I get. They're like, well, you're always so upbeat, you're all so happy, but you probably don't know the things that I've been through. You just seem like you've had the best life. People have this much information about my journey. Right. Because I came from that generation that what happens in this house stays in this house. So there are some things that I will never share because all of it is not my story, right? But some people have heard a little bit of my journey, and I wanted to do some things very different than the way that I was raised. And I think that we did a pretty good job with our girls because some of those generational curses are broken. Yes. David and I said, no, it was not going to go beyond us. So when you talk to young people, you can be honest and forthright, but sometimes because of all the things that's happening, it can be scary to have that conversation with people that you don't know, right? Yeah. But I refuse to be afraid of my own people. I'm going to say use wisdom. But don't be afraid to stop young people and say, look, can I talk to you? Now, I've been cursed out many times. Now, it's not twice by the same person. Gotcha. We ain't doing that. Okay. But if I see something, or if I want to impart something to them or want to have a conversation, especially things that just don't look right, I'll say, look, can I say something to you? Can I speak to you for a minute? And it's the way in which you come at them. I think that if you come to people with dignity and respect, they'll give that to you most times. And that's why I say you need to use a little wisdom because you need to be paying attention. Yes. But everybody in bold like me, I'll step up to a stranger. I don't mind, right? And I can still run. So, right? But you don't run up on everybody. Yeah, right? I can still run. I can still run a little bit. Now, I may not be as fast, but I can get out of the way if I need to. Yes, well. But I think that if you're leading with love and leading with light and good intentions, it's like, look, I heard you say this. Can I correct you on this? Do you really want to hear what I have to say on this? And you'd be surprised at the young people that are willing to have a conversation with you. There's so much in them that they want to get out. That's why I always promote the importance of volunteering. Give something to somebody else. Give them your time. Give them your attention. If you do that for one person, if you change one life by giving them a little bit of your time, we can change this world. We can literally change this world. But you got to be willing to put yourself out there, and you got to be able to listen. And when they tell you something, especially when it's a hard truth about yourself, you can't always take that thing personally. You have to hear it. Yeah. And that's one of the things that I think my daughters, they have told me some truths about me that hurt my whole feelings. But we raised them to be honest and respectful. And I was hurt because I thought I was doing the perfect thing. And they read me for filth, but they were respectful and they were kind, and I had to adjust my behavior. And I
Mm.
think that it's helped me to grow. And it's a lot of things that young people will tell us if we will listen.
Ooh,
So we gotta listen too. So it's a give and take.
it is. It is. That's really, really good. I hope y'all really got that. Like the way she put that down. Like we got to be willing to, admit if we are in error, right? Or if
Sometimes we're the problem.
something we did, didn't hit the right way,
Hmm.
And so that's sometimes that can be a hard pill to swallow, but we will gain the respect of the young people, right? If we could be like, you're right, my bad.
My bad.
I
Well, you
apologize.
know what? Saying I'm sorry, I don't understand these people that can't say they're wrong. I apologize, please, and
Mhm.
thank you. What's wrong with that? How does that make you a weak person?
I don't know.
I'm baffled by that. But if you're wrong, you're wrong.
Yeah,
Admit it and correct your behavior and move on.
absolutely. Absolutely. That's a whole book by itself. But anyway,
It is, Nicole. Let's be collaborators.
let's do it. All right. So let's see. Donda, I agree. That's how my kids and I operate. Love it. Love to hear that. We need more of that. LF Warren, we must listen to be heard. We do. We do. We have to listen to be heard. Ooh, this is so good. This is so good. All right. So I'm gonna go to the book. I know we've been kind of talking in generalities, but I really think that, let me see.
Yeah, I didn't bring my copy of
It's
my
all
book,
right. It's all
Nicole.
right. It's gonna be. I ain't gonna do too much. I ain't gonna do too much. I told you the part that I really, really, really like was these qualities that you need to be looking for.
Mm,
10
don't get me
steps.
started.
Look, 10 steps to prepare for office. Running for office is no small feat, so know your why.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if we have any folks on here that have political aspirations, but like that's to me the base right there, knowing your why.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that can apply
To
across
anything.
anything, to
Mm,
anything. I feel like there's such life lessons in what you have here. Know why you feel the way you do about particular issues, and that's essential. But you must also be aware of those issues, all aspects of it.
yep.
Again, I feel like that applies across the board. What are the top 3 to 5 issues you believe are most pressing in the community? Explain why each issue matters and what specific solutions you propose to address it. Like, we have to be more thoughtful about, and intentional about,
Yes.
the things that we say are important to us. And
Right.
can't just go off of these one liners that are out here or these sound bites or, we got to do
Please
our,
don't get me started there.
we got to
I
do.
will tell you, Nicole, there was one of my platform items was about enhanced internet connectivity.
Mm,
And everybody kept shutting me down. Every time they were like, take that off. No one's interested in that. But and we live close to one another in our neighborhood right across the street. There are many young people that don't have the internet, and
yep,
people are like, that's not true. You can't tell me it's not true. I live in the neighborhood. We're
right.
walking through, we're trying to give people computers, we give them computers. Well, they can't use them and do their homework because they don't have internet.
Mm,
Everyone doesn't have it. So we found out, fast forward a year after COVID, and people are coming out, and we've got everybody connected, and now they're taking away all these subsidies and the little portable things that they gave for kids to
mhm,
use, and we're encountering the same problem. They're like, we should really focus on internet connectivity, and I was like, but that's what I said. So you got to know the issues that affect your community, and you got to be able to stand on it. I knew it was out there. I was watching people go through it, trying to help people
mhm,
get it. I knew it, but because there were people that had louder voices and
mm,
were telling me people weren't interested in that issue, I let it go.
yeah.
Right. And I shouldn't have. I don't know how much more I could have done with it, but
Mhm.
I know there was a need for it. So you've got to know the issues that impact your community.
Absolutely. So, and that's only the second of the 10. So, who are your people, your team, your squad? You must also vet them and know why they support you. This is how you know where to place them. You
Mhm.
must then determine if they will be part of your inner circle versus your outer circle. Y'all
Mhm.
know y'all got an inner circle and an outer circle, right? Y'all know that,
Mhm.
right? I'm just
That's some good stuff. Whoever wrote that is brilliant.
girl,
Mhm.
listen, I'm
I
telling
like that. I like that.
everybody is not entitled to be in your inner circle.
They don't know what to do with the information that they get there. So you got to be very careful.
Very careful.
Hmm.
How do the values and beliefs of your friends and supporters and allies align with your political platform? Reflect on any potential areas of disagreement
Hmm.
and how these differences could impact you.
Right.
Listen, I'm telling y'all, there's some gems in this book. It's some gems in this book. And I'm just going over the 10 steps to prepare you to run for office. This life right here.
It's life. I like that.
This is life. Are your friends willing to provide honest feedback on your ideas and strategies? Think
I
about
tell you, everybody in my group was brutally honest. They loved me enough to tell me the whole truth, whether they thought I could handle it or not. Mhm.
absolutely. Think about how open they are to discussing complex topics and whether they can challenge you constructively.
Mhm.
Does your friend group represent a diverse range of perspectives and backgrounds? Evaluate whether having a variety of viewpoints can strengthen your campaign and help you connect with a broader audience. Again,
Mhm.
this life. This
Mhm.
life. How committed are your friends to the issues you're passionate about? Assess their willingness to engage actively in your campaign, and the campaign doesn't necessarily even have to be political,
Very good.
and whether they share your dedication to making a difference.
You can't be misaligned. You all can't be on different
Alignment.
pages.
Can
Hmm.
somebody write alignment in the comments for me? Alignment. I need alignment in the comments, please.
Hmm.
Listen. Tina, she said we must learn to allow voices to be louder. Yes, yes, good stuff, says Dr. Gwen. I love these gems. Thank you so much. And my mom said we need a part two.
Tell her I'm here for it.
I listen, we can make that happen. Yes, thank you, Dr. Gwen. Alignment, very important. Important. All right. So every aspect of the campaign is important. However, nothing matters if you can't secure your base of supporters. Create a plan on how you plan to accomplish this by answering the questions below.
Yeah, I give you some workbook pages to work through.
Mhm.
So I will tell you, the things that were most helpful to me is, I'm an education buff. I learned as much as I could,
Mhm.
but I will tell you this: you have to know why you're doing this. If you're in this because of ego and you're just trying to make a name for yourself, they're going to eat you alive. They're
Mhm.
going to just eat you. Forget losing,
Right.
right? They're going to eat you alive. Now, some people win races and they're in it for the wrong reasons, but you see what happens over that time that they're in office.
Mhm.
They're not doing anything to help the communities in which they're there to represent. So you got to be way more careful about choosing your leaders. The saddest thing is when people tell me, I just voted because such and such said to vote for this person. Well, that's all well and good, but why are you not educating yourself about who these people really are? Because
Mhm.
it's going to show up when they get in office and they have a little bit of power behind them. Then
Mhm.
the mask comes off, and then you're screaming and hollering and protesting. Well, it's not going to do you any good. They're not
Yeah.
going. Most times they're going to stay right in office, and it's hard to get someone out of office when they're in.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you should be doing research yourself. We're smarter than that.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Educate
Yes.
yourself.
Educate yourself. Yeah, Sharon said this is a master class if you're interested in.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And then, listen, that was just number 3. We hadn't even got to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm telling y'all need to get this book. This is
Get the
good.
book.
This
Get
a
the
good
book.
this is a good segue. We gonna have to do a part 2, but this is a good segue to allowing you to give some closing remarks and tell folks how they can connect with you and get the book.
So you can find me at Paula DeBoles-Johnson .com. That's where you can find out how to reach me. That's where you can buy the book. We have 80 copies left. Um, but I just, again, that's it, PaulaDeBoles-Johnson.com. I'm on Facebook with the same name. Paula.DeBoles-Johnson. And you can find me also on LinkedIn. But Nicole, for me, I appreciate the opportunity just to spend some time with you, my sister. This has been a blast. This has
Well,
been a
good.
blast.
It has been a blast. I'm so glad you decided to come talk with me about this very important topic, and we have definitely got to do this again.
And shout out to the fam that came out to support. Thank you guys for watching
Listen,
little old me
listen, they are out here. If you
and
all found,
gassing me up, making me feel like Oprah.
oh my gosh, better than Oprah. We
Yes.
listen. Monique, I agree. So many gems. Pandas, thank you for your dedication, sacrifice, and obedience. Y'all get nerve today. Absolutely. Dr. Gwen, excellent conversation. Thank you. Monique, I have my copy. Excellent.
Yes.
Two of the goats, thanks for this needed conversation. I got nerve. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Z. This was amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Sharon, thank you, Nicole and Paula. Thank
See,
you.
find your squad.
Yeah, Priscilla, if you don't have nerve, get it now. Yes. Miss J giving us some hearts. Say Sade. We love you, Paula.
Thank you.
And Dr. Gwen, thank you. All right. So y'all see the website. Definitely get you a copy if you haven't already. We trying to get Paula to do a reading at one of the bookstores in town. So we gonna see if we can make that happen. All right. Cradle of the Universe. Love it.
Cradle of the Universe. I know who that is.
Yeah, I know you do. Be real. Thank you for this conversation. I'm ready to learn, teach, and collaborate. Now, this
Yes.
so him. He is such a
He
mentor,
is.
especially
He
to
is.
young boys and men. So, yes, we were just talking about that today. So, yes, T-Rail. Paula is a phenomenal woman. Love. Yes,
Oh,
yes, she is. Yes, she is.
thank you.
Yeah, so we got to plan a part 2 soon, sooner rather than later. And y'all need to get the book. Look, we need to have a book club
Yes. Oh,
conversation.
herb readings.
That's what we need to do.
Yes.
That's what we need to
Let's talk
do.
about it. Organize. Get
Mhm.
the people ready
Yes, yes, yes.
before my book gets banned.
Heavens forbid. Look, this is the real boots on the ground right here. Right. Where your book at? Where your book at? Where your book at?
I'm here for it, my sister. I am here for it.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm having too much fun. All right. So, for those of you who may be new to the Conversations with Nicole platform, I invite you to subscribe to Conversations with Nicole. We are here live on Mondays and Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. Focus on mental health and wellness, especially in Black and Brown communities. But we have authors on here sometimes. We have political candidates or former political candidates, authors, all sorts of things. So this was a great conversation. So I hope you all have found the nerve, the confidence to embrace your journey with boldness, whatever your journey might be. If it's not politics, it could be finishing school, it could be being an entrepreneur, it could be being a parent, it could be a number of things, but definitely we want to encourage you to have the nerve, the confidence to embrace your journey with boldness because only you can do this. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, uniquely appointed for whatever the gifting you have that God has given you. So we encourage you to do that thing and do it very well. All right. Say, Shawty, I need to find a bookstore here in Tampa so you can share the knowledge in this area. Okay.
Oh, come
No,
with it. I'll come.
we got the Tampa invite going on. Love it.
Yes,
Love
my sister's in Tampa. I'll come.
nice. Okay, good, 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 good. All right. Well, again, this has been a great conversation. We appreciate you all. And oh look, she said this was amazing. I'm so proud of my sister. Love it.
Oh,
Love it. Love
thank
it.
you, my sister. Love you.
Love it, love it. All right, good people. Well, y'all be safe out there. We will be on Wednesday. I have Dr. Latanya White as my guest. Yes,
Yeah.
Dr. Latanya White will be here, and we are talking about empowering family prosperity, legacy, opportunity, and equity beyond limits.
Dynastic wealth.
Dynastic wealth. So we
Yes.
right here, 8:30 on Wednesday. So you do not want to miss it. Yes, you do not want to miss it. All right, y'all. Have a great rest of the evening, and we'll see y'all next time.
Have a
Bye.
good one, Nicole.